In the previous lesson, we saw how we can hide and show content within our HTML page. So let's make a quick update. So again, remember that we need to update our link here in the index page. So we're updating it to lesson 7. Let's save that and go over to lesson 7, and we can go ahead and we can hide that sidebar now and save it as lesson 7.js. And we can get rid of some of this. And we've got a fresh area here to write our jQuery code. So again, if we make our selector, we can do document, and we've got the query selector. There's also get element by ID. So let's do query selector, because I don't think that we have any that have ID. So query selector, and let's select out those paragraphs that we've been working with before, and let's update that inner HTML and set that to hello world. So if you're familiar with JavaScript, you know that if you type this into the console, so let's copy and paste this one into our console, and we see that we can change it to hello world. And we also know that if we do query selector all, and let's grab the second paragraph, so we can change that one to hello world and so on. So that's how we would do it with JavaScript. And as promised with jQuery, it's a whole lot easier. So let's say, for instance, we wanted to get rid of both those paragraphs, so we want to rewrite that text. So again, making sure that we make our selection properly, always the most important part of interacting with jQuery, and we're going to rewrite it to hello world. And there we go. So that's the jQuery equivalent of what we just wrote there in JavaScript. So pretty cool, right? So go ahead, open up your browser and try it out for yourself. Rewrite the heading to say, I like jQuery, and update those paragraph tags. So pause the video and I'll show you how to make that update, and only use jQuery again to make that update. And also, just as in the past lesson, always practice writing out this jQuery initiation so that you can place your jQuery in here, because it's really important to get familiar with writing out this jQuery functionality. So let's try that out again. So now that we've already replaced those, let me show you the solution for replacing that H1. So all we need to do is make our selection. So we need to have a way to identify it. If we have more than one, then there are also ways in jQuery to do this as well. So just as we did query selector all, we can do kind of something similar in jQuery. But if we just want to replace that H1, we only know we have one of those. So this is really simple. And we can say, I like jQuery. And we'll put an exclamation mark there at the end. So there we go. So go ahead, try this out for yourself, and you can see how easy it is to update jQuery. There's also HTML and there's also text. So you can also update it as text. And the difference, of course, is the same as inner HTML and inner text. So if we do something like text and we put a line break there, so it's some HTML code, you're going to notice that it actually writes it out. Whereas if we do the inner or the HTML, so instead of text, let's do HTML. And there we go. So we see that it actually takes that HTML in and creates the line break there. And if we go over to our elements here and we inspect it, we see that it's got that text and then it's got the line break. So it's added in that HTML. So try it out for yourself. Get comfortable with making some selections on your HTML page, and then also try it out within the editor. Write that code within that editor and make those changes.